Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Welcome to day 4 of the Mountain Culture Advent Box. I was trying to remember what it's called. Cheers, Daniel. And cheers, Tater. So, yeah, up to number 12. So, halfway mark at Carwyn Cellars, the craft bottle shop in Melbourne. Theirs started December 1. But yeah, the Mountain Culture one didn't start till like the 9th of December because it's only 16 beers. So yeah, day 4. And today's is a style I think that's created by them. Good to see an Australian style starting to appear. Hopefully it becomes a thing. So it's known as a Tasman IPA. Not only is it like local grains, sometimes local hops, it's more to do with the technique of when to add the hops during the boil and the late additions. And they've already done like a series of 4 of the Tasman IPAs. I've got all 4 in the fridge, so I was going to review them together. I was probably planning to do that sometime this week. So just happens to be that they've got a Tasman IPA in their advent calendar. So this will be the 5th one. So yeah, I might have to do those 4 this week now because it sort of spoils the surprise. So yeah, this one's called Goofball Island. Pretty rad can artwork. And it's got on there the Tasman series. So yeah, I reckon they're going to try and make it a thing. So it's sort of like it's an American IPA, but yeah, it's got sort of like tropical notes and a lighter malt base, and yeah, I mean California IPA is a term that's thrown around a fair bit. It's sort of similar to that. Even cold IPA. Not sure about the yeast though. Like that's the lager yeast in cold IPA is different, obviously. But yeah, let's pour it into my hashtag proper glassware. This was the first Mountain Culture glass I ever got. I remember I paid about $6 for it, and I thought that was a bit of a bargain. These days, you pay about $20 for beer glasses. So yeah, just your standard pot glass, as we call them in Australia. Cheers to everyone in the chat. Good to see you, boys. I did my Carwyn Cellars beer first, and then I was just going to do this one and call it a day. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to go on Beer Mans. So yeah, I ended up going on Beer Mans, and I shouted you out, Adam. I said you need to join us on there next time. So cheers to who have I said so far? Daniel, Tater, Simo. Cheers, mate. Hope you went well with all your Advent beers. You've caught up finally. Cheers, brother. Yeah, Josh just hit me up as in last beer and wants to share a beer. So hopefully me and him are doing something after this. He might have even started. I just told him I had to do this review first. Same goes to you, brother. We'll have to share a beer on the weekend. Yep. Yeah, it was one of those beers that was divisive. Like I enjoyed it, but it's one of those styles. It's a bit bland. I need to check out more of Danny's stuff. I reckon I'm subscribed to him, but he's one of those people. He sort of went missing for a fair while, didn't he? So I reckon his stuff just doesn't show up in my feed. Dead to me. I said to the panel, I'm shouting at Adam from Mersey Beers. He needs to get his butt up here. Something about, yeah, I don't know what I said, but it was funny. I'm like, everyone tell him he needs to come up here. So I better pour this beer. Stop fart assing around. So yeah, Goofball Island. It's got a big dent in the can, one down the bottom as well. Tasman IPA at 7.1. Let's get this shit. It's like a tornado pour. Very active carbonation. Move that can out of the way. Looks pretty good. So it's like a sort of dark straw, slightly orange colour. Very, very lively carbonation. I'd say medium body, 1 to 2 finger head. It's got, I don't know what it is, but it's got that look like it's going to have like a grainy texture. Cheers, Mustang. Good to see you, brother. Anyway, I'm going a whiff of this bad boy. I'm getting pine, which is good. It's piney, it's grassy. Like it's got that sort of wet forest feel. There's definitely some tropical and citrus fruit. Cheers, Ghost. Good to see you, you mangy mutt. I'm getting like a berry note, some orange, tangerine, grapefruit. It's very citrusy, but there's definitely some tropical fruit there as well. I feel like there's a touch, like a dash of lemon. As far as the base goes, I'd say like white bread, like cereal grain, even like, yeah, like your dry biscuits, like your digestive sort of thing. It doesn't have that like caramel toffee backbone like old school, like Sierra Nevada sort of thing. Anyway, I'm going in. Cheers, boys. Look at that logo. That's magical. Ooh, she's quite bitter. She's a bitter bitch. It's like bready, grainy, very, very dry. There's hardly any sweetness at all. It's very dry, even sort of like initially, but especially on the back. Citrus fruits like pronounced, tropical fruit, maybe a touch of pineapple, maybe some mango. But yeah, it's definitely like orange, lemon, grapefruit. It's like a on the nose. I got sort of like a wet forest floor sort of thing, but yeah, on the palate, it's like so dry that I get like more of a sharp, piney, grassy quality, like your spruce tips. It's certainly not like that oily, resinous sort of thing. very different. Like it's sort of hard to describe. Yeah, looks like you got to get into it. Yeah, well, if I go live with Josh, you should, even if you just pop up and drink that beer, dude. Nah, I'm only with the mountain culture one, dude. I'm only day 4. Whereas Carwin, I'm day 12. So yeah, the Carwin one started December 1st, whereas the mountain culture one's only 16 beers, so it started heaps later. So I can't really compare them yet because yeah, I'm only like 4 beers in. I mean, if I was to compare them, I'd say Carwin, but yeah, just because I've had heaps of diversity. Normally they're on a par though. They're both. I feel like the standard of some of the mountain culture beers just blows your mind, but then there'll be times where you get sick of drinking sort of the same old hazies. Whereas, yeah, Carwin, you'll get some stuff that just blows your mind and rocks your socks, but then you'll get a beer from like a brewery that's sort of, I don't know, not that great. And yeah, like the beer's not up to that same standard. I had all the beer, no idea, watched one of the mountain culture videos, and he was asking me about the prices of the advents, and I explained to him how much they were each, and he kept thinking I meant the price, the total price for both of them, and he's going, it doesn't work out that expensive. I'm like, dude, that is the price for one, so you got to double that. It was like he just couldn't comprehend what I was talking about. He goes, "Oh, it's only what was he saying? Oh, it's only £100 for 2 really good Advent boxes." I'm like, "No, it's £200." I can't get over how dry it is. I'll tell you what the dryness reminds me of, and we're going to go back to what year was it? I'm going to say roughly 2000 and I'm going to say roughly 2017, 18, year of the Brute IPA. That's what it reminds me of. It's got that real dry, grainy. The only thing that's missing is it doesn't have that champagne white grape sort of thing going on. Hmm. Yeah. He's a bit of a character. When he kept sort of going on about it, I'm thinking, is he just not getting what I'm saying, or is he like trying to wind me up? That was funny. The all the hype behind that Pepper X thing with him and Paul. It was like hyped up like a boxing match. I liked it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, Paul was talking it up. I think Paul's terrible when it comes to hot food. Who out there would like to do a chili challenge with me? I've always wanted to just go bang, Carolina Reaper, eat it full, boom, done and dusted. But I'm thinking the best way to maybe do it, couple of friends, start off with something a bit lighter, habanero, bird's eye, something like that, and then work our way up to the Carolina. Just do like a small live panel. Yeah, it's just something I've always wanted to do, so I thought it'd be cool to do it on YouTube with some mates that are actually keen on doing it as well. Do you know what year it was? Was I in the ballpark? It was somewhere around there. It was in between when I first got into craft beer properly and the pandemic. So that's why I thought around that time. Yeah. Yeah, I've always considered myself really good when it comes to spice, but there's certainly shit that challenges you at times, like humbles you. You're like, I'm the spice king, and then all of a sudden, nah, I'm fucking nothing. I'll never forget the time in Bangkok. I was there with one of my best mates and just like talking myself up. This is like early 20s. Talking myself up about how I eat chilies just raw and everything I eat that's got meant to be hot or like whatever, I just smash and find it real easy. And then they've just come out with a few simple dishes, and it's just like, wow, like I was crying. It was that intense, like with the heat. Yeah, boy. Have you set something up, or have you already started? Soon as I'm done here, we're drinking, bro. And that Adam from Mersey Beers and that Simo and whoever else should join us. It'll be good times. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, if you haven't set it up, dude, set it up for like I reckon about 5 minutes from now as a starting time. This was always just going to be a quick sort of 15, 20-minute review, and then boom, I'm out. Yeah, in Melbourne, it's real hard these days. One thing that sucks about Melbourne, I mean, it's probably the same in most towns, like cost of living and that, but banh mi's, you used to be able to get a really good, like, Vietnamese banh mi, like a pork sandwich with salad sort of thing. There are other meats in them, but that pork's generally what you go for. You'd be able to get an absolute banging big boy, like great value for money. You'd have a heap of little Vietnamese girls behind the counter. When I say girls, they're normally elderly, just fucking making up this awesome sandwich. And yeah, back in the day, only a couple of years ago, like prior to the pandemic, most banh mi's would be around the $5 to $7 mark, like really good value for money sort of fee. And now you go into these places and they're started to have, I don't know, external sort of noise and other people have taken over and all of a sudden you're getting the same thing you paid like $6, $7 for like $14. Goodbye cheap Vietnamese food. Yeah, no worries, dude. Whatever. I'm cool with anything. We just need to have a beer together. Out of the can. Goofball Island. So yeah, as I said, I've got the 4 Tasman series beers. I've got one of each in the fridge because I had, when I've ordered the latest few limiteds from Mountain Culture, I've normally got a mixed 4-pack. So I've got at least 2 of the Tasman beers every time. I think I've drank most of them, but yeah, I've obviously kept one of each for review because I wanted to do them all side by side. So yeah, that's something to look out for in the next few days. How long would it take you to get to Liverpool, Simo? Yeah, boys. I feel a little bit pissed. It's good. Whew. I've only had 2.5 beers. I'm getting old. Nah, it's called No Sleep. No Sleep Town. So dry. Woo. The level of dryness definitely adds to the bitterness somewhat. Like the bitterness isn't intense because it's so dry. It sort of adds that little bit to it, especially on the finish. Like it lingers on, and you just get this dryness. How would I score this bad boy? Yeah, I just can't get over the dryness. Like it, yeah, takes me back to the brewed IPA days. But yeah, I'm just not getting that same sort of hop character. Similar like backbone with the malt. I felt like they had that sort of more like bready, biscuity malt, and then you got like some yeast character as well. Oh, ooh, tired boy, hungry boy as well. So a score for this. Hmm. It's almost like I need another can to determine my thoughts. Like I've obviously got those other Tasman IPAs in the fridge. Yeah, it's almost like maybe I review them tomorrow, give an overall take on all 5 of them. Yes. So, what would I say as far as the score goes? I'll say 4 point. 4.2 out of 5, I think. Yes. Fuck yeah. Get that fire roaring. Dead to me. So yeah. what did I say? I can't even remember. 4.3, 4.2, somewhere around there. So what I'm going to do, I have the latest Status Quo. So Status Quo is one of Mountain Culture's flagship beers. It's a pale ale at 5.2%. It's like always been hazy, but it has that like pine, how would I describe it? Yeah, it's like piney, slightly resinous, but like fruity as well, tropical and citrus. So yeah, one of them is Status Quo with Motueka. So I think the normal hop bill in Status Quo is, I reckon it might be like Vic Secret, Centennial, and maybe Mosaic or something like that. And then the other one is Status Quo with Mangoes. So I'm just assuming it's the same base beer, but with the mango edition. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. A little take on their classic beer. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks everyone for chiming in. It's been another solid sesh. So yeah, I'll have the Carwin Cellars and the Mountain Culture box beers tomorrow. Probably an earlier time than this tonight. I went a bit later tonight just because we're in like the city and yeah, there wasn't as many people on sort of earlier. So yeah. Thanks guys. I'm out of here. I'm getting very, very tired and I am sick of hosting. Cheers. Later.